Hello and welcome to this channel. My name is Sarah. Today I'd like to share with you my latest summer sewing makes, but before I begin I wanted to introduce myself a little bit because this is my first ever video. So I started sewing in January 2016 and I am mostly self-taught, but I have learned a lot on YouTube, such as different techniques, how to modify patterns, how to associate fabric and patterns especially, and I have been massively inspired by other creators on YouTube and Instagram, but now I'd like to contribute in the same way as well. So a little about me, I am originally from the United States, from the East Coast. I grew up in Connecticut, and I came to France in 2009, and I've been here ever since. I am now a French and American double citizen, and I work in publishing in the center of Paris, and I live in the suburbs of Paris. And I travel for work, so definitely books and travel also come into inspiring me and influencing what I wear and what I make. And so I was thinking of also sharing a little bit, kind of vlog style, my life here, just a little bit, perhaps to inspire you as well and explain a little why I make what I make and where it comes from. So the first make I'd like to share with you today is this Sew Over It Lottie dress. This is my third Lottie dress because I just love wearing these dresses in the summertime. They're sophisticated yet cool at the same time, so it's very practical. I made this version in a double gauze by Nano Iro. It's a Japanese company and you can buy it worldwide, but I purchased this on a trip to Kyoto in 2019, back when we could travel to Japan. And I'm really happy to have this as a souvenir. I was so afraid to cut into it and I finally did just a few weeks ago, and I'm really happy to have this now. I made a size 8 graded to a size 10 at the hips, just about, and I removed about 2 centimeters from the front neckline and also the back neckline because it was gaping a little bit too much. In general, I wear these dresses with a strapless bra so that I don't have straps on the side, and then also a little bit of double stick tape along the front neckline so that it doesn't gape when I bend over. Because it is such a loose and airy garment, I do like to keep that shape as well. I don't want it to be too tight around the front, so this is something I do often with my summer dresses, is just add a little double stick tape at the front. What I like about this dress is that it has a straight skirt and a nipped-in waist with the double belted waist belt here, and I do like the neckline. I think it's quite elegant. I like how it dips a little in the back as well. I think something that's a little bit more complicated about this pattern is that it's not entirely clear how long this area should be, like how distant this should be from here, just because the notches are on the bias tape, and depending on your fabric, the bias tape will stretch more or less, and so I think that it's not quite clear, so you have to fiddle with it a little bit, and I think that I might have added a little bit too many gathers here. I think that this piece is supposed to go a little bit further that way, but I'm pretty happy with it in general anyway. So the second project that I'd like to share with you today is the Sew Over It Una dress. This is one of their latest patterns, and I made it in this cotton lawn from Pretty Mercerie. It's a French company, but you can purchase products from them abroad as well. This is an impulse buy. As soon as I saw the pattern, I thought, oh, I can use all kinds of fun cottons to make this, and especially prints that are a little bit more fun or busy. And but I think in the end, this fabric choice wasn't exactly what I should have picked, because I realized that I do prefer fabrics with a little bit more bottom weight, which means that they drape a little bit more heavier at the hem, or they have more of a swish to it. And it does feel kind of a little bit light and crafty, especially around the hips, like it's not supposed to be dressmaking fabric, although it is. I think that the pink looks really nice in this video, but I think that it looks a little bit too washed out, like too close to my skin tone and not enough contrast. So in real life, I'm not sure if it goes very well, but anyway, it looks good in this video. So I made a size 6 because the size 6 is available for this pattern. Graded to a size 8 at the hips, and then I also modified it to add, to lower the waistband elastic 3 centimeters, because I found that at the beginning it sat a little bit too high on my ribs. It wasn't sitting at my natural waist, so I lowered it to my natural waist because I prefer it that way. I don't really like empire line dresses, and it fits much better now. I like that it's below the knee as well. I do like dresses that kind of hit, or skirts that hit around the knee level. And yeah, in general, it's a very light summer make, and it's easy to wear. There are slits in the side for movement, and it's perfect for hot weather, so I think I will still wear it, but I think I will better consider my fabric choices next time. So this third make is actually my favorite so far. I made this around my birthday, and so it did actually become my birthday dress that I got to wear on a little weekend in Normandy. But so this is the Soho 7 Sobi dress. It's also a new pattern. I made the version 4 in a straight size 2, which surprisingly corresponded to both my bust, waist, and hip measurements, which is quite rare because normally I'm between 2 sizes. And I made this in a linen and viscose blend. It does feel like cotton, which is why I almost said cotton. It feels it is a little bit itchy, and a little bit stiffer than I thought it would be. I thought there would be a little bit more drape to it, but in the end, I'm quite happy with it. It's my favorite make. So the version 4 has a V-neck in the front and the back. It is bra strap friendly here, but I do find that the neckline is a little bit gapey. I have more of a hollow chest area here, so I do sometimes have to nip it in, and this one I just also put some double stick tape. And this version also has an elasticated waist. It's a 4 centimeter elastic, and so it's really actually wide and comfortable to wear. It doesn't squeeze at all, so I like that a lot. It's a midi length, and I chose to add the hem ruffle. This was definitely more of an experiment for me. I don't have a lot of midi length clothes, and especially I haven't really experimented with ruffles, and I love it. I'm really happy with this dress. It feels so nice to wear. I feel very elegant walking down the street in this dress, and it's got really deep pockets, which is awesome. And I just love wearing this in general, so I will definitely be making more of this dress. I think that this one, I'm not sure. I have a wedding to go to at the end of August, and I really want to wear this dress, but I'm not sure if cotton or linen fabrics are appropriate for a wedding, so let me know in the comments what you think. But I'm tempted to wear this, and I love it a lot. I love that I also didn't have to modify this pattern at all. Soho 7 is very good quality for instructions and fit, and so I highly recommend this pattern as well. So the last project I'd like to share with you today is the Seamwork Desi skirt. This is a bias cut skirt with a seam kind of diagonally down the middle of it. I made it in a pebbly viscose fabric that I found in Japan as well, in Osaka, and I think it's viscose. It washed and dried like viscose. And so you can see it here. I did so with a lightning stitch to avoid as much as possible puckering, because the bias cut actually makes the fabric a little bit elastic, and if your stitches can't stretch a little bit with the fabric, then you do get some puckering. I read that somewhere in a manual on how to sew with silk, for example, cut on the bias, and I used this technique, and it worked pretty well with this one as well. I really like this pattern. I was a little bit skeptical about the seam down the center of it, or not the center, but diagonally, because I think I didn't want to draw attention to that. But in the end, I think in this fabric it works well. And just be very careful which fabric that you choose, because sometimes it can be a little bit too, it can draw the eye a little bit too much. And I like the flare at the bottom of it. I wasn't sure about that as well, but in the end I really like it. I like how it flares as I walk, and it does feel very nice. I think the only thing about this make is that the fabric is a little bit more see-through than I anticipated, and it clings because it is bias, and so I feel a little bit, I have to be very careful what I wear underneath it. And so I wear it with a half slip, and so far I haven't had very many occasions to wear it, just because it is a little bit more dressed up than what I usually wear to work, for example. Or on a day-to-day basis, so I just need the right opportunity and the right underthings, and I will be able to wear this skirt because I really like it. I like the shape and I like the way it feels when I move. So, so I am still quite happy with this and happy with what I've done with this fabric. That's what I've been making this summer. If you'd like to try any of the patterns yourself, I will link them in the description. I am now working on a white linen skirt. I've been meaning to make one for a very long time, so I'm very happy to be getting on that now. And I'd like to finish it before we leave on vacation. We're actually, my partner and I, we are going for 2 weeks to Brittany, La Montagne, which is on the western coast of France. and hopefully I'll be able to take some video and share a little bit, but I can't guarantee it. Anyway, I hope you're having a good summer. I will see you here again soon, and take care.